Big thanks to conservative talker and Turning Point's founder Charlie Kirk for his admission this week, although he didn't mean to admit this, but this is basically what he's telling us. But Charlie Kirk accidentally admitted this week that all of conservative media is fake and it's all propaganda meant to prop up whatever Republican is in power. Again, he didn't use any of those words. That's not what he said, but that damn sure is what he meant. Because Charlie Kirk announced on his podcast on Monday that he had received a call from Donald Trump over the weekend. You see, Donald Trump was not happy that Charlie Kirk was one of the people who, of course, was questioning why they're not releasing the Epstein files, why they said they existed, and now they say they don't exist. Dan Bongino is fighting with Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi, obviously a bad person. And Trump calls up Charlie Kirk, as I'm sure Trump probably called up many conservative talkers, right? I don't think he only called the one and said, well, that's it. No, I firmly believe Donald Trump called up as many as he could get a hold of. And Charlie Kirk's the only one who was dumb enough to come out and say, well, I got a call from Trump, so now I can't talk about Epstein anymore. Oh, well. Because that's what Charlie Kirk admitted. Here is what Kirk said on his podcast on Monday. Plenty was said this last weekend at our event about Epstein. Honestly, I'm done talking about Epstein for the time being. I'm going to trust my friends in the administration. I'm going to trust my friends in the government to do what needs to be done, solve it, balls in their hands. But let me just say this again. Everyone knows my opinion about the Epstein thing, the messaging fumble. I'm going to trust my friend Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, and my friend Pam Bondi. All these guys, Todd Blanche, I'm going to trust them to solve it, balls in their court. So we don't need to spend our valuable time on this program relitigating it. So Trump calls up Charlie Kirk, says, don't do this anymore. Don't talk about this thing. And Charlie Kirk immediately says, aye, Captain, sure thing. I won't talk about it anymore. I'm real sorry. I've been a bad boy. Oh, please don't punish me, Daddy. And this pathetic little spineless coward goes on his podcast immediately after that and says, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Daddy says I can't do it. I don't have a brain of my own. I don't have balls. I'm a big ol' cuck for Donald Trump. That's what you admitted there, Charlie. Big ol' cuck for Trump, right? He tells you to do something, you don't question it, you just do it. And again, I'm willing to bet that Donald Trump made many phone calls that day to many people. Probably still making phone calls because none of this seems to be working for them and MAGA is still pissed. But at least we know, thanks to Charlie Kirk getting the phone call and then saying, I can't do this anymore, we know that conservative media, beyond a shadow of a doubt at this point, is nothing but pure propaganda. And now, if you're watching this, you know that. I'm not breaking your brain with like, what? I thought they were honest. No, you knew that. That message is not for you. That message is for MAGA. That part of the message, this part I'm about to say, this is what I want MAGA to see. Charlie Kirk bowing down to Donald Trump's demands to stop talking about an issue that is obviously very important to you is proof of several things. First and foremost, that conservative media is nothing but pure propaganda dictated by the higher-ups in the Republican Party. Charlie Kirk proved that this week. That is what conservative media is. You're not getting news. You're not even getting actual opinions from these people. You are getting talking points. The phone call from Trump proves that. So remember that next time you tune in. And then you go from conservative talker to conservative talker and wondering why they're all kind of using the same language on the same topics. It's because they're all robots. They're all ballless, spineless, pathetic little weenies who can't come up with an original thought. So the bigger people in the party have to call them and tell them what they're allowed to talk about. The second thing it proves is that obviously Donald Trump is engaged in a multi-tiered cover-up of the Epstein list. You don't start calling people after you had attempted to put it to bed multiple times, and then you're calling people telling them, you better stop talking about this right now. We have never seen this level of cover-up in modern times. We simply haven't done it. Hell, even with the Iraq stuff, you didn't have George W. Bush or Dick Cheney calling up Phil Donahue at MSNBC when he was still there saying, hey, you better stop talking about this right now. Like, even that didn't happen. Bush didn't call Rush Limbaugh. I mean, Obama wasn't calling us at Ring of Fire saying, you guys better stop talking about how I didn't get rid of the Republican tax breaks. Biden never called me and said, you better stop talking about my brain. No, liberals don't get those phone calls, folks. Conservatives clearly do. And so for all of those conservatives, the MAGA types who love to say, like, oh, these liberals are all the same, they're getting their talking points. No, we're not. I have worked for multiple different progressive media networks, progressive media companies, international media companies, and I have never once, and I tell you this in all honesty, not one time in my life have I ever had a member of a party or a CEO or a board member or anybody like that call me up to say, you have to start talking about this, or you can't talk about that. But conservatives just proved. Charlie Kirk just proved. He's not allowed to have his independent thoughts. He is not allowed to talk about issues that MAGA actually cares about. And when Donald Trump comes calling, Charlie Kirk rolls over, shows his belly, and admits that he is a spineless, pathetic pussy. That is what this is, folks. Don't ever forget that, MAGA. They showed you who they are. They showed you that they are being controlled. And I thought you guys were supposed to be super against that, so do with that information what you will. But it doesn't bode well for the future of conservative media now that Charlie Kirk has done the dirty work of exposing what they're all about. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform that, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.